Hey, just want to take a couple of moments to talk about two great movies, I think. They're found footage mockumentaries. The movies in question are Horror in the High Desert and Horror in the High Desert 2. I'll start with Horror in the High Desert. It's set in the wilderness in a small town in Nevada. It centres around a guy called Gary Thomas who has gone missing, and there's footage compiled of his him making videos and going on expeditions. Basically, rough synopsis of the plot is he has a YouTube channel where he does all kind of like wilderness activities and films them and gives people advice on how to cope in the wilderness and survive and whatnot. He goes 3 days into the Nevada desert in the middle of nowhere where there's no one around. It's very desolate and just nature, and it's just in nature. 3 days into nature, no other human beings in the radius. No buildings, just animals and nature. Comes across a cabin 3 days in. Strange music playing out of speakers on the side of the cabin. I'll try and do an impression, but it probably sounds ridiculous. Kind of this wailing and singing of a strange woman's voice. Very eerie indeed. It's kind of like, oh, that's playing out of this cabin. He gets very scared and goes back, reports on his YouTube channel. There's a lot of non-believers, so he decides to go back as he's egged on to, retrieve more footage of what this cabin is and why it's there in the middle of nowhere, and who lives there, or does anybody live there. So he goes back in 3 days in again or so, and things go from there really. And this is the footage, what happened at the end of the mockumentary. After diving deep into the story, it reveals what actually happened to Gary Thomas as he's gone missing. I won't give too much away, but it's really cool. Very eerie indeed, quite captivating. Won't be everybody's cup of tea, because I know there's a lot of people who don't like found footage in general, but great mockumentary, really eerie and captivating, and it's pretty short as well. It doesn't overstay its welcome. It's about 75 minutes, so just over an hour. Yeah, it's great. That's Horror in the High Desert from 2021. And then, of course, Horror in the High Desert 2, which was released a couple of months ago. That's Horror in the High Desert 2 Minerva. Follows on with the similar story, basically centering around this strange cabin in the middle of nowhere, set in a slightly different town in Nevada. This young woman called Minerva goes to college, but she can't stay on the campus, so she has to stay 3 miles outside of town in a old building, a small trailer, if you will. She makes videos, and the sequel's compiled of footage that she's filmed, strange things that are going on, people talking about strange occurrences in the area, sightings of strange, looking people and things like that. Her friend, Minerva's friend, after Minerva's gone missing, manages to find a bag of videotapes with very strange things on there, let's say that. And it all, it uncovers, I don't want to give too much away because I don't want to spoil it if you haven't seen it, but it takes a really dark turn, and it's on par with the first film, probably even a little bit more captivating, and it's great. And it ends up with talking about another woman who's gone missing in the area on the road. Her car breaks down, and then the firefighters, it's got footage from the firefighters' body cams of them trying to find this other woman, and some really creepy stuff goes down. It's pretty frightening to some extent, and I didn't get frightened easily, but it got under my skin a little bit, and that's Horror in the High Desert 2. I think it's a fantastic series so far. Won't be everybody's cup of tea, it won't be to everybody's liking, but I thought it was great, and if you haven't seen it, do give it a go. Could possibly be on Amazon Prime. I know you can download it digitally from Amazon, both of them. Not too sure about iTunes and places like that. I have acquired it myself on Amazon digitally. And yeah, they're both films worth checking out. If you're looking for a good found footage mockumentary that's very authentic, it's got some good authenticity to it. Looks very real. It's made to look real. Of course it's not. But yeah, that's the Horror in the High Desert and Horror in the High Desert 2. Apparently they're doing a third instalment, Horror in the High Desert 3, in autumn time, which I am very excited for. But I thought I'd just mention it because I really do want to vouch for these films because I think they're great. I think they're a little bit obscure. I managed to find it online randomly. I'd never heard of it, and I stumbled across it beginning of last year, and I was really impressed. But worth a go if you're looking for something creepy and a mockumentary especially. So yeah, do give them a go. Hopefully it'll become a series, sort of like Paranormal Activity, as I'm a fan of those films, well, the majority of them. Yeah, that's it really.